Hey man, good to see you again. It's been a long time since I've talked with you. I've had a conversation with you. A lot of things have changed, man. A lot of things have changed. Um, Things that are very unexpected. I've realized sometimes in life there are just certain things that happen that are just spontaneous, and there's a tendency that those spontaneous experiences you treat it the way your past would treat it. There's a tendency because of those experiences that we have experienced in the past. We have built certain mechanisms in our mind to protect ourselves, to protect those to protect those people that we hurt, right? Those mistakes that we have done, regrets that we don't want to happen again. And not and there's a tendency that you're going to treat your present experiences as something that's also resembles as your past. And it's normal. It's natural. It's part of growing because not all circumstances are the same. It might be similar to what you've been through. It might be similar to your past, but the outcome is always going to be different. The outcome is always going to be different. One thing is for sure that will always be uncertain, and that is the future. We don't have control over the future, nor can we manipulate anything that can change that could change that future. And if we keep on trying to be in control, trying to prevent all of the possible risks, dangers that will come our way, right? Because we felt pain. And we don't want we our nature is to run away from pain, right? That's why we're going to devise things to not let that thing happen again so that you won't experience that pain no more. But you know what, friends, one thing I've realized, pain, the degree of pain that you've experienced, will also be the degree of satisfaction that you will receive. There are pathways in our brain that makes this possible. But that's a whole another topic. You could research on that. And it's about the the neuro sorry the neurochemistry explanation of pain. The neurochemical explanation of pain and pleasure. You could search that up. But we choose to run away from pain, right? We choose to run away. And because of that, we devise these plans to protect ourselves from those dangers. But one thing will be compromised. One thing that's essential, that's actually going to determine your future. You are going to undermine your present moment. You are going to undermine the moment. And when that happens, your future the possible negative future you've been fearing about, it'll happen. It's inevitably going to happen because of your preparation for it, because of your over preparation for it. Isn't it funny? You're over preparing for something. No, you're preparing yourself to receive the danger. You're preparing yourself to receive the danger. So if you're preparing yourself, then it's going to inevitably happen. I'm laughing because I relate with it. You're not the only one who's struggling with this. I'm also struggling with this, man. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. But it's just to show how we as human beings are so easily led by these two strong influencers. The other's name, the left's name, sorry, the other's name is future, and the other one is past. Both of them are influencing you, preventing you from living and enjoying the moment, making you forget that it is your present moment that will determine your future. It is your present moment that speaks the uncertainty of tomorrow. Tomorrow is always going to be uncertain. But one thing is for sure, if you are happy now, if you are fulfilled now, if you are satisfied now, if you are content now, then for sure tomorrow, there are also going to be those things. Right? It is in the present moment that wonderful things happen, my friend. When you are pondering so much about the future and being motivated so much on the past, then you're not going to see the gold in your way. You're not going to see the possible treasures on your way. Because you're so focused on this thing you're chasing that you lose sight of the wonderful things that you can see while walking. And I feel for you, man. Feel you. It's hard to be controlled by the future and being motivated by your past. You think everything is like, it can also happen like the past. You're trying to be good, but the part of you is telling you, oh, you should just protect yourself, man. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. There's a part of you that's telling you is restraining you. There's a part of you that's restraining you from getting your fulfilled, from getting a satisfied, fulfilled, and happy life. And you always have to understand that the devil is real. Satan is real, man. And his entire goal is to make you doubt. To make you doubt God, to make you doubt yourself, to make you doubt what you can do, who you are, your worth, your significance. Yeah. That's what he wants to do. And you ought to create a filter in your mind. You ought to build a force field in your consciousness And it's also hard. I'm telling you that. It's not easy at all. Because there's a lot of influences like selfishness, pride, ego, wanting to be identified, wanting to be recognized, the desire to be validated, the desire to be needed. Right? There's a lot. Selfishness, self-consciousness, being self-absorbed. Those will be the ones that's going to tempt you, distorting your true intentions, distorting your pure intentions, making you see the negative thing in the positive things. So you always need to be anchored in principle. We always need to be anchored in principle. To desire the best for other people, not for ourselves. Not to live for ourselves, but to live being a beacon of blessing, being a beacon of value to people. Because it is in service that we will find ourselves. It is in service that we will find our true purpose. So be in the moment, man. Be in the moment. Embrace everything. Let's embrace everything. I'm telling this not just for me. And not just for you, but it's also for me also. Because I'm also struggling with a lot of things in my life. And I just want this so that I can go back to it and listen to it again. To remind myself that it may be the same things, it may be the same circumstances, it may be the same situations, but the outcome is always going to be different. The outcome is always going to be different. And the things that helped you before, that helped me before, is not going to be effective now. I've understand that the weapons that I've used when I was in level 10 ain't going to be effective now that now that I'm in level 30. The armor, the weapons that used to do a lot of damage, it's dull now. It's dull now. And I want to sharpen it again. And iron sharpens iron, man. We are shaped in these tough times. Emotions, emotions, overwhelming thoughts, intrusive thoughts, distorted intentions that are distorting your positive intentions and pure intentions. That is why we are so blessed that God has given us a brain, the ability to think about our thoughts, the ability to be aware of those thoughts. We are so blessed that God has given us cognitive abilities to be aware of those unpure and selfish intentions. So, guys, this is for all of us. Let's keep on living in the moment. Let's keep on reminding ourselves that we only have now. Literally, we only have now. The present is a gift, and tomorrow is a privilege for you to have. You're not entitled of tomorrow. We are not entitled of tomorrow. We are privileged to have now. A lot of things can happen. A recent calamity just broke out. Um, Bagyong Christina, right? Who knows? A pandemic might break out again. A war might break out again. Philippine Sea and China. Anything could change. We are so privileged and blessed that we are living right now. We are happy right now. But today has an opportunity for you to do things, to do good things, to repent and change. We're so blessed that we have this. So, thank you for listening. I hope that you had may nakuha ka rin. You got something out of this impromptu video. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.